Hey Internet, Eric here. Continuing on with Frenzy's birthday month. If you want to know what that is, or you don't know what that is, and you're new to the channel, first off, everything I discuss on this channel this year, unless something's requested, is going to be movies that I have never seen before. And I thought it would be fun for April, since Frenzy's birthday is in April. If you don't know, Frenzy is one of my best friends, former podcaster with me. We've done a lot of stuff together. His birthday is in April, and I thought it'd be fun to discuss movies I've never seen and movies he thought either I should see for certain reasons, like Puppet Master of the Last Reich, movies he's surprised that I've never heard of, like BMX Bandits, or movies I fucked up and thinking that he said that was good, that he liked, like The Invisible Man, and then I find out after I uploaded it that he fucking hated it. Anyways, the subject of today's video is a movie that we actually were, at least I was planning on discussing for an episode of our Two Bearded Losers podcast, because he says it's a masterpiece. I had never seen it, and we also wanted to get Rachel in at the time on this because she remembered seeing it as a kid and didn't like it. This is the movie, I guess you would say, Frenzy was the most excited to hear my thoughts on. Today I'm going to discuss 1988's Willow. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I could discuss plot spoilers and specific scenes, what have you. Like I said, this came out in 1988. This is also going to be one of my Is It Worth the Hype videos. And Is It Worth the Hype is a series of videos I do where I'm late to the party, seeing these movies that seems like everybody seems to love. Whether it's critics, whether it made a lot of money at the box office, whether fans love it, yada, yada, yada. And now I'm seeing it 30 years too fucking late. I did some research for Willow. Concerning the hype, budget was $35 million. Box office was $137.6 million. Rotten Tomato score, critics only gave it a 53%, but I was surprised the audience gave it an 80% approval. And the IMDb, I guess you would say consensus, is a 7.2 out of 10. So, fan-wise, very, very favorable. Plot of this is we're following Willow Offgood, played by Warwick Davis. He is from a village of little people. I don't remember what they're called. You know, the I guess you would say I don't want to say species, but group of people that they are. And his little son and daughter come across a baby. Like baby Moses floating down the river. That baby is apparently the prophesized child that will bring the evil witch who is currently in power out of power and save the world, some type of bullshit like that. And Willow is charged with a group of other dwarves to take this baby to the first Daikini, which is, I guess you would say, average-sized person in their universe. Give it to them and be on their way. And then he finds out, basically, the prophecy, and he also wants to be a great sorcerer, and he thinks this will be his way to use magic to save the day, save the child, and that's it. And he comes across a bunch of goofy characters in it. I knew this was so hyped up. Everybody, like I said, everybody fucking loves it. There isn't anybody I know in my group of friends or co-workers or Frenzy, other than Rachel, who didn't like this film. And I knew, obviously, it had a big, I guess you'd say big love, big, I don't know, cult following. I don't know if it's cult following, if this was a success, but recently Disney Plus created that Willow TV series, and, we can see what happened to Willow, blah, 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 canceled after first season. Anyways, really enjoyed this one. First off, Warwick Davis, who I only really fucking know as the Leprechaun, okay? Or he shows up on the Ricky Gervais shows and stuff like that. I really liked him in this. What I really liked about Willow here is at first, he wants nothing to do with the baby. I like how he tells his kids, don't touch it, you don't know where it's been. I like how, when he's talking to his wife, Kaya says, we got to do this. And he's like, Kaya, I want nothing to do with that, blah, blah, blah. He's so against this. And then he grows into this hero, He goes from a person who doesn't want anything to do with this child to its ultimate protector. When Mad Mardigan, played by Val Kilmer, when he does dangerous things, Willow's biggest concern is how it could have hurt Elora. Elora is the baby. And I just love that up until the very end, his focus is to save this child. So I love how Warwick is, first off, wants nothing to do with it. His acting is great because he's got great chemistry with everybody. He's funny in this. He's a really good underdog. Like he wants to be this wizard, and Billy Barty shows up at their festival to take on a magician's apprentice or a sorcerer's apprentice, and Willow fails the test, but then realizes that he should have gone with his instinct, and then we see him grow and become more confident by the end of the film. So that's great. He's just a lot of fun in this. Val Kilmer as Man Mardigan. He is like a former, not barbarian, but I guess you would say soldier or swordsman, who they find he's in like one of these gigantic fucking bird cages, left to starve to death. He is just a shyster to begin with. He's funny, but he will do whatever he can to survive. He ends up ditching the gang, but then joins them at the end, and he helps save the day. Really funny. He's got a lot of heart in his character, and you can tell that he really does care for the baby, even though he acts like this whole thing is a nuisance. Other characters, let's see here. Who do we have? Let's look at the poster. We have this redheaded chick. Whoops, no we don't. We have this redheaded chick. She is the daughter of the, I guess you would say, the witch, the wizard. What you would call, no. I guess she's a witch. She's the daughter of the witch, and she's the leader of the army. And she, of course, she wants to do good by her mom. She wants to show how good she is as a soldier. But then, of course, she has to fall for, well, Kilmer because he's sexy and blah, blah, blah. She's likable. You have the other character who is like the leader, I guess, who's not her, but the other leader, I guess you would say the muscle of the soldiers. I think his name is Kale. Looks badass with that bone mask, but then you find out that bone mask isn't going to protect him from shit. He's fine to be good and intimidating. The actress who plays the witch, she's scary, does her job. Who else we got? We have, again, Billy Barty. He's Billy Barty. We have the Willow and his group come across two little miniature creatures, humanoid creatures named brownies. They're literally like that big. They're there for comic relief, to be funny, to help them on their journey. They are really funny. My daughter was watching Willow with me for a while, and she was laughing her ass off with a lot of the stuff the brownies did. One of them is actually played by Kevin Pollak, which is cool. They're fun characters. Who else do we have in this fucking movie? Willow's group of people that he takes to begin with before they just say fuck it and they leave. We have, oh god, we have whatever the asshole is who plays Burglecut. He is just, I guess you'd say he's the guy in the village that everyone listens to, and he's also just a fucking prick. We have Phil Fondacaro, who he is probably, in my opinion, the most recognizable dwarf actor that isn't Warwick Davis or Vern Troyer. He was in Troll, Ghoulies 2. I guess you would say, what else was he? Bordello of Blood. He's just there 10 minutes to be a soldier, use a spear, and help protect Willow halfway through his journey. Tony Cox is in it, from Me, Myself, and Irene, and Bad Santa. He's another soldier. And then I recognize his final dwarf friend, Migosh, who I really liked. He's the only one that sticks with Willow until almost the very end. I like this actor a lot. He was very caring for Willow, very loyal. You could tell their friendship. And I knew this actor before, and he's actually in one of my favorite episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? He was in, of course, the Leprechaun episode. It's the episode about the kid who gets a role in a play, and he finds out that he is slowly being turned into a leprechaun by like the lead actor who's like a goblin or something. And then the actor who plays Migosh plays a real leprechaun who saves him. And then I wanted to know what happened to this actor. And it bummed me out that I found out that he is no longer alive by his own hands. And that was a bummer. So, on to how great Willow was. The cast is great. I love everything about this cast. Whether they're fun. That's what's great. The music is beautiful. Does it say who does the score? James Horner. Come on, you cannot go wrong with James Horner. We have great intense music, beautiful serene music, relaxing. It's so great. The scenery is awesome. The woods, the mountains, all this stuff. It looks great. What else? The battles. The battles are really, really good. Whether it's, the soldiers, like the war scenes where it's, the knives going hand. There's another actor in here. At first, I thought it was the guy who played Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That awful guy. No, he's actually the blonde asshole from Superman 3. He's a really good soldier in this too. He's got a good fight with Kale. And that's what I'm saying. The sword fights are really fucking good. The action sequence. There's a great action sequence where Val Kilmer, dressed as a woman, because like I said, the comedy in this is fun. There's a scene where finally Willow meets up with Val Kilmer again, and he just accidentally walks in like it's a bar or something. And some woman is dressing Val Kilmer as a woman because he was trying to fuck her. And her husband comes home, so he's got to pretend like he's the cousin, and he grabs the baby. Like, this is my baby, and then Willow kind of blows it type of thing. So there's a great action sequence because, the witch's army is trying to look for this baby to kill it. This was real fucking dark. The movie started, and she's kidnapped every pregnant woman in the land so she can kill the baby. Kill the baby. This is rated PG. She wants to kill the baby. The midwife escapes her, does a little baby Moses thing. Anyways, they come in, they see Val Kilmer dressed as a chick, they escape, and it's this great like horse and buggy chase. And you have Val Kilmer fighting off the soldiers. You have great cuts to, and these are wooden wheels. The wooden wheels are breaking and exploding as they're going. Warwick Davis is getting in, trying to fight off the soldiers, trying to slow the horses down. The brownies are being brownies and being funny. The action is really, really good. There's a great sequence where they're sliding down a giant mountain covered in snow. And just the way Ron Howard cuts this, it's Ron Howard movie, cuts this. You feel like you're in the fucking sled or shield or whatever little Willow is on. And to add to the comic relief, Matt Mardigan falls off and he rolls down. And by the end of the scene, he's in this big, gigantic ball of snow that explodes on the door. A final battle scene was really, really good. Like I said, with the sword fights, they get a drag. Willow is trying to. There's this thing going on throughout the whole movie that they find this mystical. I don't know. I guess she's another witch, but she's a good witch. Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? And she has been turned into like this little rat creature. And there's an ongoing joke where Willow, with his little magic wand stick thing, he's trying to turn her back into her human form, and he turns her into. Oh God, he turns her into a crow, and then he accidentally turns her into a goat, and multiple creatures going on and on. He finally turns her into her normal form. The reason why I brought that up is because we have trolls attacking while this battle is going on. The trolls look awful. I'll tell you that. The trolls look awful. They remind me of that little creature from Land of the Lost, that little monkey guy. Stupid. But again, PG, Willow zaps this troll. We have two gigantic tentacles coming out of the troll's body, rips its flesh off. Looks fucking disgusting. Turns into a dragon. But great action sequences. I love the fight between the good witch and the bad witch. That's a lot of fun. And it's pretty violent, pretty brutal for PG. This movie was a lot of fun, man. And if I have to criticize anything, the green screen is awful. I mean, it's 1988. I get it. It's like watching a movie in 1988 from 1988 in 2024. It's like going back and watching the 1930s King Kong movie and that stop motion animation. And then you have to put that into perspective. But it's still noticeable. It's still bad when you have the green screen of the brownies in front of everything else. When you have that dragon, it's a real mean-looking two-headed dragon. It looks bad with the green screen, but I'm having so much fun. I'm not going to be like, fuck this movie. You know what I mean? I'm going to say, also, you know what? It's like a little over 2 hours. You could probably cut 20 minutes of it. But overall, Frenzy, I had a lot of fun with Willow. Even if I said you can cut about 20 minutes out of it, I had a lot of fun with this movie. Like I said, Warwick Davis was a lot of fun. Val Kilmer was charming and fun. The brownies were hilarious. The Kale looked badass. The witch was evil and scary. The redhead was hot. Great battle scenes. All around, a really, really fun fucking movie. And one thing that this movie did it makes me want to see the Disney Plus series, to see where Willow has gone and what his next adventure will be. So highly recommend, if you're like me and you've never seen this film for some fucking reason, I highly recommend Willow. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Comment below. Have you seen Willow? Do you love it? Are you like me and you've never seen it? Do you hate Warwick Davis? And like Frenzy once said, want to punch him in the face because of the Leprechaun films? This one might bring you back. Couple more things for the month of April. 2 more movies that I'm going to get out. Blues Brothers, I'll do down the line because even Frenzy says, it doesn't fucking matter. And I also mentioned that I'm going to do Blues Brothers. I mentioned that way before Frenzy's birthday month. So I'm following up this fun movie, River of Darkness, about ghosts played by Kevin Nash and Psycho Sid Vicious, and the Sheriff Kurt Angle has to stop them. And then I'm going to go in and end the month with Adaptation, a Nicolas Cage movie that Frenzy says is awesome, and I have to see. I think it's Charlie Kaufman. Was Charlie Kaufman the guy who did Schenectady, New York? That was a really good movie. Confusing and pretentious, but it was really good. One of our best conversations ever on Two Bearded Losers. Check that out on all audio platforms. There's my plug. That's it. Thank you for watching. Blah, blah, blah. Cheers.